Good afternoon and welcome to the end of week market review for Friday, November 30th, 2012. Before we get started with today's presentation, we are going to ask that you pause this video while you give the disclaimer a quick read. Once you're done, you can go ahead and press play. So we've got a few things that we're going to be covering today. First off, we are going to be taking a look at market news, which will include stuff that's been going on a global scale, as well as economic reports. We'll then be looking at a daily and weekly chart for both the S&P 500 and the TSX. We'll then take a look at our volatility index and go through one of our watch list picks that showed up on our watch list. Alright, so taking a look here at the market news, we can see that the markets did end up ending the week with some slight gains. We've had a lot of optimism concerning the fiscal cliff, but that optimism did level off a little bit today. All in all, we can see that the Dow is up 0.04% from last week's close, with the S&P 500 up 0.07% from last week's close. We'll also see that oil is up about 0.89% today, putting it to $88.79 per barrel. Silver is down 2.44%, putting it to $33.51 per ounce, with gold down 0.68%. It is now currently at $1,714.30 per ounce. If we take a look at the US-Canadian pair, we are looking for it to be currently at 0.9935 pips. While looking at the economic reports, we can see that for the most part things were optimistic. If we take a look at our jobless reports, we can see that we've actually declined down to 393,000. This was with the expected 395,000. So it's always good to see that we beat the market expectations. If we look at the S&P 500 on a daily chart, we can see that we're stuck in between support and resistance, with resistance currently at around 1430. Now the MACD is rising bullish and with the black line over top of the blue line. What we're going to be expecting is a pullback over the next couple of days, and if the markets prove to continue to be bullish, we could end up finding support and a turnaround, putting us well back into bullish territories. If you look at the S&P 500 on a weekly chart, you can see that although we've definitely had some large declines, these declines did end up stopping and working themselves up again, continuing our upward trend. All in all, as long as the weekly trend continues to rise, we can continue to have faith in the S&P 500 and expect it to continue to grow to new highs. In this example, we could expect that it will rise up to and beyond 1500. While looking at the TSX on the daily chart, we can see that it is looking for some overhead resistance around 12,250. The MACD is rising bullish and with the black line over top of the blue line. But because it hasn't really broken through any resistance levels yet, and because it's just become bullish, we're not going to be as optimistic about the TSX as we have been with the S&P 500. To further that, if we look at the TSX on a weekly chart, we can see that it is clearly finding some overhead resistance as it's being pinched between these two trend lines. If we look at the big picture, the TSX has really not been performing nearly as well as the S&P 500 has. Right now we're looking at the volatility index, and we can see that it is currently at 15.86. With the indicator below 16, we really don't need to be that concerned with the volatility by itself, though we do know that if the markets continue to turn around and decline, this indicator could start rising again. But in reality, even with some of the toughest times that we've been through right now, the indicator has never worked itself up to 20. And we really don't have to have any real concern until it goes up above 30. So one of the picks that we would like to point out was from November 26. This stock made about 6% in 5 days. So definitely a great pick that we had. Anybody that was using our advanced disciplines would have been able to find a great trading opportunity with this. So with that said, any further questions, feel free to let us know by emailing training@idealtradinglifestyle.com. Or you could reach us toll free at 1-888-942-0266. Just make sure that you're dialing extension number 5. So with that said, have yourself a great rest of your day. Ciao for now.